Welcome to this training module on data governance, a really critical component of good clinical practice. In our world, data is everything. It's the foundation of every single discovery we make. So what we're going to do here is explore how we protect that foundation and ensure the research we conduct is absolutely rock solid. So let's start with a foundational question, one that really gets to the heart of everything we do in clinical trials. What is the one thing that all credible research is built upon? And there it is. The answer is simple, but its implications are massive. It's all about verifiable, high-integrity data. This is the bedrock of trustworthy science. Without it, our work is just guesswork. But with it, we can move forward with confidence. Okay, here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to cover 5 key areas to give you a clear, practical understanding of your role. We'll start with why data governance matters. Then we'll look at the governance framework. We'll navigate the data lifecycle, discuss managing computerized systems, and wrap up with how to maintain the blind. Okay, let's dive right into our first section. Why does this all matter so much? This is really about building that foundation of trust and making sure everything we produce can be verified. And GCP makes it crystal clear. This isn't just about administrative tasks or checking off boxes. It's about making sure the results of our research are credible and meaningful. If the data can't be verified and interpreted correctly, then the entire study is on shaky ground. So what does this framework actually look like in practice? And more importantly, who is responsible for what? First, let's get our core concept defined. Data governance is really about the active, responsible management of clinical trial data. It means ensuring that data has integrity, that it's traceable, and that it's secure, from the moment it's created to the moment it's archived. Now, this is a crucial point. This is not a one-sided duty. It's a true partnership between the investigator and the sponsor. While the sponsor has that ultimate responsibility, the investigator is right there on the front lines, reviewing data and making sure it aligns with the source records. Both roles are distinct, but they have to work together to ensure total data integrity. To make this work, GCP highlights 4 critical processes where governance has to be robust and well-documented. First, protecting the confidentiality of our trial participants. Second, managing computerized systems to ensure they're right for the job. Third, safeguarding essential documents like randomization and blinding records. And finally, supporting those key decision-making points like database lock. All right, let's move on and see how this all comes together across the entire journey of the data itself. What's really useful here is how this maps the entire path. It starts with data capture. Then we have metadata and audit trails, which is really just about recording the who, what, and when of data handling. Then comes data review, a planned, risk-based process for both sides. If corrections are needed, they have to be attributed and justified. Data transfer needs validated processes to protect integrity. And it all leads to data finalization, when we lock the dataset before analysis. Every single step is a critical checkpoint. In today's research environment, computerized systems are absolutely central to data governance. So let's focus on how we manage them properly. These are really the non-negotiables for any system used in a clinical trial. It has to be validated with documented proof that it works as intended. It must be secure. It needs to have audit trails so every change is traceable. You have to have backup and recovery procedures. And of course, everyone using it must be properly trained. And this illustrates a key GCP principle. Your level of effort should match the level of risk. A system managing critical primary endpoint data is going to demand much more rigorous validation than, say, a system handling logistics. It's all about being smart and focusing our energy where it matters most for participant safety and data reliability. Finally, let's look at one of the most critical applications of data governance: maintaining the blind. If that's compromised, the scientific validity of the whole trial can be called into question. Maintaining the blind requires proactive planning and really strict control. We have to define and document who gets access to unblinded data. We need to implement strategies to reduce the risk of accidental unblinding. If an unblinding event does happen, planned or not, it must be documented immediately and its impact needs to be assessed. And of course, our systems have to be designed to safeguard the blind from the very start. So what's the key takeaway here? It's that good data governance isn't just a set of rules. It's a proactive mindset. It's something that has to be documented, and it's a fundamental responsibility that we all share to ensure our research is credible. And that brings us to our final thought, a question for you to take back to your daily work. Think about it. How will you champion data integrity in your role today? What's one thing you can do to be an even better guardian of the data? Thank you for your time.